we had already started now even using Mr. Google on it, but still denial. We could see some traits and we are like, and I remember my firstborn also was very hyper and could talk and do other things. But now, that's why, sometimes you see it is true and the Google is giving you the answers, but you want to bash it. Yeah. So after I left there, I was crying when she confirmed to me that Ruby was autistic. And that time, I had taken Ruby to McKinney School, where the sister is, and they were already tired. But they didn't want to tell me.
The reports, like, for the school did not tell you?
They didn't want to tell me, like, openly, but they were tired. You know what the headmistress told me? She told me, now we don't want to just to keep Ruby here, and we are not helping her. But she's not coming out, like, openly that this is a problem. Of course, they also don't know. When they are a little bit younger, you are not able to tell. You're not able to. In fact, there are people who even discover after 6 years that their children are autistic. Yes, it is very hard because as a parent, you don't accept. You're forcing things. You're forcing things. So now I'm told my child cannot be contained at school, and I now have been confirmed. And I remember one day now I've withdrawn Ruby from McKinney. I've separated her with the sister. It was so painful. I can even right now I can still feel the pain. It was so painful for me because I was like, now what is this? So I remember one day we were just strolling outside here, and there was like a school just next to our gate here. And Ruby saw that school as we were walking. As she's bored in the house, I even had to stop working. I've always been a business person. I had to stop. I had to go slow. I even closed my shop in town, and I said I need to know what to do because my mind was just there. I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. As we were taking a stroll, Ruby spots that school, and she wanted to run there and enter because she was used to the other school, and now she knows school is playing. And we fought on the road trying to control her because now how can she just enter in someone's school like that? And I remember that time there was a city council woman who was sweeping on the road there, and she came to help me to rescue me because she's very energetic. The aggression is so high, and I had to carry her, try to calm her down. And when she started, she could start crying. She could cry even for 2 hours. Sorry, 2 hours without stopping. Even at night, she could start crying from 3 to morning. I'm happy that the neighbors did kick us out that time. It was very difficult. So that's just a short brief of the journey. The journey is so long. Yeah. You cannot be able to explain it in one word.
So what are some of the programs that you did after the testing was done? Now you came back home and learned that she's autistic, and you had to take some programs and to defer. Now you said you stopped the business and all that. But now to concentrate on how to do it, did you arrange yourself for some programs so that she can say to make her mind more active?
Okay, one, you should understand that a child with autism has a lot of difficulties in learning. This is a child who cannot even sit down. She's always on the go. This is a child who is not even toilet trained. This is a child who is not cannot even feed herself because of the hyperactivity. They're usually very hyper. The autistic children are very hyper. And even in the house, you don't know what is happening. So the first and foremost thing that I did, of course as a Christian, and a born again Christian, of course you opt to prayers. So I ran to God, I started praying. But of course prayers, I cannot say that they won't solve the problem, but there's some more action that needed to be taken. So my next move was now to think, how am I going to place her in a school where they can accept her? Remember now there, I don't want to say they didn't accept her, but those are some of the challenges that we are facing. They don't want a child with any disability. Exactly. They want a child who is moving fast. They are learning, they are moving fast, who can make their mini grade become good. So about these academies. Sorry to say about that. So I had to really heal very fast because now remember I'm wounded, and everybody in the house, we are all wounded. We are all going through I was so depressed.
But you're the mother.
I'm the mother. And then I asked myself, what am I going to do to help this child? Because you cannot dwell on what is exactly. It's not about me, it's about the child. So I separated the two. And what did I start doing? I started now looking for a school. And I remember one time we traveled outside the country. I was thinking that maybe I would get something that I can do out there and maybe stay outside the country, but it was still not working. So when I came back here, I was introduced by another mother who has 3 autistic children, triplets, boys. Someone just made me join the social media platforms, the WhatsApp group, and I get to meet this mother who's talking about 3 children. I was like, wait a minute. I called her, and she told me, let me show you where I take my children for therapy. I didn't know about therapy. Let me show you where to take my child for therapy. And that's what exactly we did. We started going for therapy. We met an SNE teacher, a special needs teacher, who had a very good experience, and we started doing the therapies. And I could see some improvements here and there. But again, they also was introduced to another therapy called resonance. Many people don't know about it. It's a Germany kind of therapy. And that one, it works on the child from the inside, to heal the child from the inside. Because we came to realize later, as even parents of children with autism, the problem is in the stomach. There is this friend who I met on the social media platform, the WhatsApp groups that I joined. You know, you're so desperate you want to learn.
Yeah.
And now she's the one who introduced me to that teacher. And the therapy was very, very expensive, because we could pay per session of 1 hour, maybe like 1,500, and you want the child to get like 2 hours. Times, how many times in a week? Like 3 times, yeah. So it was a lot. Yeah. And my heart goes out to those parents who are raising children and they are not financially stable. And I started now feeling it. I could tell myself now, surely, by the help of God, we could afford, but it was still hard on us. As a family, this is something that you are not used to. We had to adjust our budget. But at the end of the day, we could do that. So I could really imagine this one who had 3 children also, my friend. And as we were doing the therapy, one of those moments I was also waiting for my child to finish her therapy at the parking. I could drive all the way to Kitsuru. It's very far. I could drive all the way to Kitsuru. As I was waiting for my child to finish, then one of the teachers came and started telling me, why don't you people think of coming with a center where it can be a little bit cheaper for your children? And that is how we opened a school. We have a school. Oh, so we have a school. Yeah, we have a school. Yes, that we opened.
All of you know?
No. We were 3 of us. One had the child is a grown up now. Is an adult, but she joined us. And now we had to incorporate these teachers, because as we don't have any knowledge of special needs, so we had to incorporate the teacher. We looked for a place. We got a place here at Woodley, but the landlady was not very friendly. We had to change. We are in Lavington now at Amboseli. We opened a center. It's not a school. For the special needs, you don't call it a school per se. It's a center. It's called NAIC. On the ICA, we call it NAICA, Nairobi Early Intervention.
So is it in any social media?
Yes, we are. We are on social media. And again now, it is grown. Yeah. We are not getting any profit from it. It's not a school that we are getting. Yes, it's like an unprofitable, because what we did, we had to employ very trained professionals. And remember now, this is my child. I want her to get the best, isn't it?
You had to sacrifice.
I can't afford, because even the schools I later got that I would prefer to take my child, they were charging per term like 300,000. I have other children, remember? I have other children to raise, who are also going to schools. So that is why we came together and said, this 300,000 I can go and pay somewhere. I can put it in this school. Exactly. We started the school. We started paying the rent ourselves, digging in our pockets. Even up to now, I still pay for the school fees. But can you imagine? In a class of 5 kids, we have 2 teachers and a caregiver. So you can imagine the kind of care that we are giving to these children. So that is how we started. So we have a school. My daughter is well settled. She is not where I were.
Yes, I can tell that.
You can tell, yeah. She's fully toilet trained. She can feed herself. She's still non-verbal, but she has that receptive language. You can send her, and stuff like that. She's aware of danger, which she was not before. So that's how, just in a nutshell, yeah.